What's on the feet? The Adidas. I know. The grill is ugly as hell, I know. So what we have here under these floor mats already is probably the first mod. Oh yeah. You know the vibes, man. You guys already know we gotta drop this thing a bit. These are the MSS adjustable springs. Use these temporarily and then just get some KWs later on and really go low with it. What we have over here, what do you think is in here? Yes, sir. We got an Active Auto Work catted downpipe. It's a 400 cell. It's not a full catless downpipe. I am gonna get one, but I'm gonna wait on that when I actually decide to tune this. I'm gonna put that on because you don't need to tune. You're not gonna get a check engine light or anything for that. That'll be a nice, like, for now mod, just so we can have some sound because this car is entirely too quiet. Not gonna lie to you guys though, I do not regret my purchase. This car is a vibe. All right, so we're gonna get straight into this. Right off the bat, I'm just gonna tell you 3 things already that I don't like about this car. Number 1, you see this thing right here? Yeah, you see the little A? Some of you guys might know what this is. Okay, so this is like the auto shut off feature. You know, when you pull up to a stop and then you hear someone's car like shut off and then it turns back on, it's supposed to like save gas or whatever. Stupidest thing ever, bro. So I thought that once I, you know, turn this off, you know, since I'm logged into like my profile settings, everything, I was expecting this to like program it to where once I turn it off, it's always gonna be off when I get in my car. No, that is not the case. You have to turn that off manually every time you get in the car, or you can just go into sport mode or sport plus and it doesn't have that feature on there. But bro, that's annoying. Like, why isn't there an option to where I could turn that off completely? I'm speaking as far as stock. From what I heard, you can actually get that coded out to where it's always off, so that will solve that problem. I don't have to worry about it. That's cool. Move on to number 2. So this thing has auto bright assist. So I think at nighttime, the auto bright assist is always on. So basically when you're driving somewhere and it's like darker than usual, the brights automatically come on. I was driving down my street and then my brights are on. I'm like, bruh, you have to turn that off every time you turn the car on too if you don't want your auto brights coming on. So that's that. Third thing, we'll get into it in a few. I'm gonna get out of here because I'm late.
5 minutes later.
So let's move on to the third thing. I'm gonna assume this is something that you can fix with a tune, like through boot mod, or, you know, Ecutech, whatever you're using. I'm sure there's an option. There has to be. Like, say I want to do a roll, you can just leave it in auto, like drive, and punch it on the third honk, but then the trans is gonna have to downshift. There's that delay. Basically, for roll racing, you don't want to use standard drive. You want to use the paddles. Assuming that there was either a mode that you could select or just a certain way to set it up to where when you use the paddles, you can go into the right gear you want, but have the car stay in that gear. Like, say I want to do a 40 roll, 50 roll, downshift to second gear. If you just use the paddles on this, if you downshift to second gear, it's just gonna upshift right back into drive if you're not all the way over selected into fully manual mode. But then when you're in fully manual mode, no matter what, you have to shift it. If you don't shift it, it's just gonna hit the red line. It's gonna like cut the power, like bog out on you. And yeah, so I tried like every mode. Like, I put the trans on comfort, I did this, I did that. And no matter what, the car will always hit the limiter when you're using the paddles. So yeah, I'm assuming that through a tune or some kind of software, you can change that to maybe like sport mode. It'll do like an auto upshift. For instance, like the GTR, like if I'm not in R mode, I can downshift to whatever gear and it will stay in that gear, and then I can take the car to redline and it'll shift by itself. Like, it'll auto shift, so you get perfect shift every time, so you never have to worry about misshifting or whatever. For this, it seems like every mode, it won't auto upshift if you're in manual. So yeah, unfortunately, when you use the paddles on this, you're gonna hit the limiter if you don't get a perfect shift. It can actually cost you a race, man. Yesterday I ran a 392, a wide body 392, and I'm still trying to get used to this car, and like, bro, it was all bad. I still gave him the gap, but it was close, and it shouldn't have been close because I was just like in the wrong gear. I used the paddles, I fucking misshifted, like the shit lagged out, the car bogged on me, but I still pulled on him. B58 for the win, my boy. I wish I recorded it. It was funny, bro, because he like really was trying to punk this car. Like he pulled up low key and like downshifted it on him. Like, bro, I started pulling on him at like 100, and he just like he was not fucking with me no more after that. He stayed all the way back. Day 2, day 3, I think I put maybe like a few hundred miles on it. It's been a vibe, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a vibe. This is a really, really freaking nice car for the money, honestly. I truthfully feel like this is the ultimate daily. Obviously you could buy something a little crazier, more money, but for the money, when you're talking about you know, power, potential, interior, technology, I'm happy with my purchase so far. I'm still trying to learn a lot of stuff on the car, but everything is pretty straightforward. There's just so many settings and menus. You could literally mess with this thing like all day long. But she's nice, man. I can't wait to throw some of the mods on here. I know it's gonna be a completely different car. Every time I try to get over, bro, the person in front of me gets over. I don't know why that happens, but it happens. I do miss the E90 a little bit, you know, the sound, the downshifts, but it's, you know, it's hard to say no, especially for what I wanted it for, you know. And then most importantly, like, I needed something faster with better MPG, bro, because that damn E90, bro, that thing was just drinking gas like an alcoholic, bro. Like, it was just like, damn. I have not filled this car up since I bought it on Saturday, and it is now currently Tuesday. And I took a whole journey yesterday to the beach and bought the car in LA, drove home, then the next day to the beach, drove around there, then back home, and we still like not even at a quarter, bro. Obviously, I know when I tune in and do mods, the MPG is not going to be this good, but I can guarantee you it is still going to be better than the E90. Is this lane going so slow? B58 coming through. She boogies, man, for stock. So yeah, man, just a few little things that I don't like, but like I said, a few of them I could probably fix or bypass. Not the biggest deal, but other than that, man, everything is great so far. And I mean, this is a completely stock car, so I can only imagine like how much I like it after I really mod it. Exterior definitely needs some work. It looks like an old man car right now, but it's all good, man. We're gonna fix it. This ain't nothing new to me. You guys already know I'm gonna transform this shit. Simple clean, boys. But yeah, man, I'm actually on the way to pick up some more mods. I'm actually picking up some shoes for the whip. To be truthfully honest with you guys, you probably already know what wheels I'm getting. You know, I traded my daily, so of course I gotta get the same wheels. But I honestly didn't really want to put T's on here. Like, I don't mind it, but truthfully, I want to put something like a nice set of HRE, like maybe some signature forged wheels, or like something a little different. I know the T's will look clean on here, they'll look good on any car, but I just think like some really nice like HREs or something, if I can find some for a good price without getting raped, something like that would look really clean on here. Some Meisters definitely would be hard. The wheel spec for this car is like so hard to find. Like, I'm honestly like mind blown that I actually found the spec that I was looking for in TEs like so fast. Since these aren't an actual M, they don't have that wide aggressive you know, like fender, so the offset fitment is kind of weak on these cars, not gonna lie. Most people that run wheels on these, they run like a 19x9 like all the way around, and I'm like, a 9, bro, in the rear? That's basura. Like, that's weak as hell. A 9 in the rear? Like, bro, my S15 doesn't even have 9s in the rear. Like, what? This big ass car with a 9, it almost looks funny. Like, when you see them from the back and they got this little ass like 8.5 inch fucking wheel in the back, shit looks like a skip leg day, my G. Like, how you gonna have a B58 with 8.5s in the back? What? So yeah, man, we're gonna throw some 10.5s on this bitch. You know, I did my research. I should be able to make them fit. They might be a little bit aggressive. It might poke a little bit until I actually lower it enough to get like the right amount of natural camber. It'll come down to like when I get coils later on, go a little bit lower, and it'll definitely look a lot better. But temporarily, it might be like 4x4ing, but that's not gonna last long. If it really bugs me that much, I'm definitely gonna just order some coils, and we're gonna go low, boys. So I need that. You guys know I have to have my fitment, man. Until I find some other wheels, I don't really want to have to do custom wheels, but that seems like that's the only route if you want to get like really what you want, because there's nothing available on the used market as far as like 5x112. Damn, clean ass 240. But yeah, as far as the used market, there's like nothing out there, bro. For 5x112, everything is just ass. So I'm gonna rock the T's until I find exactly what I'm looking for this car. But it should look pretty good though. The color combo that I'm doing with this color on the paint and like the whole setup, it should look pretty clean. I already visualized it in my head, so give it about a month, the car should look totally different. Well guys, package secured. Yeah, these are gonna look pretty good on there. The color doesn't look fire. What the hell are you looking at? Oh, Carrie Jim looking at. Y'all can't tell me the interior is not a vibe. Interior, I give this car 10 out of 10. Like, everything is just perfect. Damn, stay in your lane. People cannot drive, bro. Like, it makes no sense. I be over here vlogging, I be on my phone, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I still manage to drive perfectly fine. Motherfucker be over here picking his nose, can't even stay in the lane. Like, bruh. But yeah, man, this interior is fire. The only thing that would highlight this interior is just all this that's silver. Just make it carbon. Then it's like perfected. So they did a really good job with the interior on these cars. I mean, that was honestly a big selling point for me. Half of the reason I bought this car was for the interior. The other half was the B58. If I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. So if it didn't have one of those, I wouldn't have bought it. But we here, man. We're gonna hop back into the video probably when I go get the stuff installed. There's not really much else happening until then, so this weekend I won't really be doing anything to the car. Appreciate all the love on the car, man, for everybody that is showing love. If not, you could go buy whatever you want to see. Enjoy it. I'm chilling, but appreciate you guys. Drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.